I don't know about you, but when I was younger, summer held so much importance to me. I looked forward to it all year round. I built huge plans for the summer. I'm gonna do all these sleepovers in the water park and summer camp, and I was so excited about it. But as I became an adult, summer just kind of became like my regular day-to-day, but now it's hot. Like me. But this year, I have decided that summer is going to look different. I would like to have a hot girl neurodivergent summer. So let's plan that together. Whoa, transition. As you guys might know, Haley is going into this summer single. And in fact, this is my first summer single since I was 14. I am excited. I would really like to have this summer filled with like a ton of fun memories and activities that you really only do in the summer. And at the same time, I also want to be really accommodating to the fact that I am neurodivergent and struggle in some ways. And like planning things in general can be really hard. So our goal today is having a balance between super fun, exciting things coming up, but accommodating, being restful so that by the time fall comes around, we're not burnt to shit. I think the first step to a hot girl summer this summer is having a bucket list. But here's the thing, so many of these bucket lists, I'll look at them and be like, that's not realistic. I'm not gonna do a lot of these things, so I'm just not gonna do any of them. And that is very much the ADHD all or nothing mindset. So I think setting up a bucket list that is flexible and more like a menu than it is a how many of these things can I get done. It's more of a like, I'm gonna look at this list, what things can I do in the next week? Oh, that sounds good, I'm gonna do that thing. So, a neurodivergent bucket list, meaning it's got a menu, it's accommodating, lots of options, does not mean we have to do all of them. So step one, bucket list. Now here's the thing, I am really bad at planning things most of the time, so I got set up with my friends over at Scrintal and they have showed me how to do some better planning, and now I wanna show you how I might utilize this as a tool to plan out a flexible bucket list for my summer. So look at this. This is my summer bucket list as I have started it. I will say there's more to do, but I wanted to show you what I've started so far. So I've built it out just right now as being two different sections. First, the section is with other people, and then below are activities that I can do alone. It's really important for me to have a menu that allows me to do multiple different things, either with people or without people, because sometimes there's just a Saturday and everyone's booked. How dare they have lives outside of me? So, the first section I have is outdoor activities. I've picked 3 types of things that I could do with other people. The first one is paddleboarding. And now what I love about Scrintal is that with these cards that you can create, you can add new cards like this if you pull to the side. Oh, new card, so exciting. And I could add like a different activity that would suit outdoor activities, such as day drink at a lake. I don't know, could be fun. And then underneath this, I would add all of the details that are necessary for completing this as an item. Like, what do I need to day drink at a lake? Lake, drink. Good, you're set. But you'll see I have a whole bunch. So one of the first ones I have is paddleboarding. I absolutely adore paddleboarding, but one of the biggest barriers for me to do it is thinking about where to go. And so I've created a list of different locations of places that I can go. This is blurred on your screen so that you creepy don't find where I live. Anyways. So I have a section for paddleboarding. I have a section for hiking as well. And again, biggest barrier to hiking is just what hikes to do. So I can write out a bunch of different hikes below. And the nice thing about this is this can be collaborative with my other friends, so they could be adding things to this list as well. I've also added sports as one of the activities I could do outdoors, because sometimes I'm just in a mood to play soccer, play volleyball. But I also recognize that there's gonna be time that I'm gonna be spending alone, so I built some out that I could do by myself. One of those activities I like to do a lot is hammocking. Like going somewhere, setting my freaking hammock up. I can even bring my portable like dog thing that he can have his leash attached to, so then him and I can just chill outside. By him, I mean him. Yeah, he's there. So again, I've just added a bunch of locations where I can do that type of hammocking. The other thing is like casual walks that aren't so isolated. I don't love hiking by myself, not gonna lie, but I would rather run into the bear than the man, if you were wondering. But like walks that are super public, I've just added a list of some of those places that I can do that. So now what I wanna do is, I live in a shithole of a place. You think it'd be hot all the time in the summer, but it's not. For some goddamn reason, it decides to rain still. So what I'm gonna do is build another card over here that is indoor activities. Activities. So sick. I'm gonna change the layout so it's there, and I'm gonna bring this up so that it matches. Ooh, so sexy. I'm gonna duplicate this. These are my with other indoor activities. I can also change the color of this so that it looks a little bit more aesthetic, which I'm gonna do. Make that pink, I love it. And we're gonna build a new card over here for our first activity. Watching a movie. I'm gonna write movie marathon, because that's like, I actually do wanna do that this summer. There's the color of it, so it looks nice. And then I can add in like, what movies do we wanna watch this summer? I'm writing Bridgerton because I actually do wanna do that with my friends. The fun thing is that I can essentially do this for all of the activities I want, and throughout the summer I can just check this list at where I'm at and what things I can add to this, share it with my friends so that they can also see it, and plan out all of the possible things that I want to do by myself or with other people. Let's do one more for indoor activities I can do alone. You can make cooking its own thing. I want to do like pasta, fresh pasta, like full thing. That would be fun. And I'm gonna make this actually smaller because we're also gonna do baking. Okay, we're gonna do cookies. We're for sure gonna do a cake. Yeah, and I'm just gonna add like all of these exciting things I want to do. Make this smaller. There you go. And again, you can like color coordinate it so it looks real nice. So then I can refer to this at any time for my bucket list. And yeah, the thing that I love about this is that this doesn't feel as intense as like when you were a kid and you would write down an activity and a box next to it to check it off. Because I'd look at a list like that and just go like, that's intimidating. I'm not gonna get these things done, and I'd ignore it or get stressed out by it. But this is very much like open-ended, gives you a space to look at and kind of decide as your energy shifts and changes throughout the summer. Because I'm sure there's a day that a movie marathon's gonna feel great, but there's gonna be a day that paddleboarding feels great. Two different vibes, baby, 2 different days. So love to have a bucket list menu. What's up? Welcome to my freaking closet, dude. This was a suggestion given to me by my like fashionista friend, Grace. Her suggestion when it came to having a hot girl summer is revamp your fucking wardrobe. Here's the thing. Haley has gone through a very big shift in like style, I guess, in the last 2 years. And I haven't gotten rid of a lot of the clothes that don't suit me anymore. For some people, summer comes around and like there's a little extra weight hanging on the body, and that's okay. There's no problem with that. But going into summer, I know for myself, it can be so fucking to go to put your summer shorts on and they make it to like here and you're like, what the heck? So I feel like a really good second step of a hot girl summer is to accept where you're at and set yourself up for success in the summer, meaning get rid of the clothes that don't fit you anymore. It means get rid of the vibes that don't fit you anymore. I don't know why I still have this. I haven't worn this in probably 1.5 years. Is it beautiful? Yes. But I probably will never wear it again. And so the truth is I just need to donate it and get rid of it. So maybe step 1 is scroll through Pinterest. Find some like ideas of how you want to look during the summer, get some inspiration, and then go through your closet and take out things that don't suit that style that you're interested in, don't fit you anymore, don't serve you anymore for whatever reason. Get rid of it, donate it. We love that. And then maybe try to do some thrifting of your own to find new items to add into your closet to make you feel good going into the summer. For myself, I'm finding now that I am more attracted to like neutral colors. I'm not going towards the bright, vibrant colors anymore. And I need to just accept that and start living that way. So, to take my own advice, but truly, like half of these things could go. Don't want to wear that anymore. Didn't wear that all the time. Didn't wear that through the entire fall. Didn't wear that during the entire fall. Yeah. The next thing I think that's really important, especially if you are neurodivergent, is ensuring that you have some sort of plan for resting, recouping, relaxing. I know for myself, I can get totally stuck in social activity, and like fill up my calendar, especially now that I'm single. And it's important for me to also have a list of things and activities I can do solo by myself. So I've started a completely brand new board on my Scrintal page, and I'm gonna call this self-care/solo time. And my goal for this is, how do I rest and recoup between doing social activities? Because I think a challenge can be, though, there are better types of rest than others, I find. And for myself, it's really like rejuvenating to read my book and like have a bath and spend some solo time and play games by myself. Compared to if I just scroll on my like screen for hours and hours and hours on end. One makes me feel rested more than the other, but it's very easy to pick up the phone. But it's also very easy to check in with my list to see all of the things I could possibly do. So I'm gonna build out myself a frickin' self-care solo time board. I'm gonna organize this based on the amount of time it would take me to do each thing. Because sometimes I only wanna do something for like 5 minutes, maybe. So let's build it out based on time. 5-minute self-care. Cool. I'm gonna make it that to look like this. Build out a card here. 5-minute self-care item, a really nice one that I enjoy doing is like a quick stretch. Honestly, my yoga mat's still out. I enjoy just doing a very quick stretch, move on with the day. So let's do a 5-minute stretching. Would a 10-minute stretching maybe be better for me? Maybe, who knows? One of the nice things though that I could do is I could also open up like YouTube, 5-minute stretching YouTube video. Okay, find myself a video, look at that. This video is 6 minutes and 30 seconds long, so I think they're lying. But if I go back to Scrintal, I can add the link in here, and look, the entire video then fucking exists inside of Scrintal. It's amazing, it's so easy. So I could add a bunch of these types of stretching links, and so I don't have to go looking for the video when I want to utilize this. It can be right here. So that's super nice. So let's say stretching is one of them. Another 5-minute self-care item that I could do would be standing outside. Love that. We love to stand outside. Wash face / like face mask. Something like that. That's so easy, so simple. Add that to the frickin' list. Now let's do maybe some bigger self-care items. Like let's say like 15 minutes, 15-minute self-care. And something that comes to mind is like a walk though. That for sure can take 15 minutes. And again, the layout of this, you can customize it to look however you want. You can make it a fun color, you could make it smaller so that you can do a bunch of things. Something that I've done recently are like guided walks, guided walk meditation. Love those. Same thing, I can go into YouTube, find a meditation walk, take the video, back over to Scrintal, and add this into the notes, bam, it's in there. I could also go into like Spotify and find a specific link for a podcast episode or something like that that I'm wanting to listen to and drop it in here as well. There you go. Let's add one more 15-minute self-care item. You could do a 15-minute workout, right? For sure. So let's say workout is one of them. I need to change the colors of this, guys. I'm so sorry. I just like aesthetically, this needs to look good. So give me a moment. Again, but you can do a workout. Add a bunch of videos there so that you have like a plethora of them to choose from, so that the next time you're going to find a workout, you don't have to do this every single time. So I could continue to build this out to have 30-minute self-care activities, an hour-long self-care activities, or sometimes it could be like super long self-care activities, such as hammocking. For me, I could do for literally hours. Go out, find a spot to hammock, read my book, maybe download a video to watch while I'm outdoors. That always feels nice. Or just like have a nap outside. And I could build this out so that I can utilize it anytime that I want to find an activity to do. I don't have to go searching. It's all in one place, and that helps so much in terms of like decision fatigue too, because I can look in here and not have to start from scratch. There's all of these options now in front of me. It makes it easier to pick something. If you have yet to see my 7 types of rest video, I would highly suggest watching it, because I am more actively trying to spend time considering how to rest in different ways. And one way that I'm noticing I am not resting enough is spiritually. That can be something different for everyone. If you watch the video, I'll explain what that means. But I'm making an active effort to have more ways to practice spiritual rest. And I'm sure that I could write that down in all the ways I could do every single type of rest. That would be super helpful to make a board specifically for that. Yeah, so that's number 3, is self-care, rest time, and how to accommodate yourself in terms of not getting too burnt out. On to the next one.
Hi, I am a person. Yeah.
Now, the most important piece, the hottest thing you can do in a summer, is accommodate yourself. Because the thing is, nobody wants to be the overstimulated, overwhelmed, burnt out person through the summer as everybody else is doing really fun things, right? So it's so important that we recognize how summer might be a challenge to us. For myself, I don't do well with heat because I am already too hot. No, I get overstimulated in heat very easily. So it's important for me to recognize that and make accommodations for myself, such as if I'm going to the beach with my friends, I know for a goddamn fact I'm not sitting on the hot sand for more than 15 minutes at a time, because I'm gonna overheat and want to rip my skin off. You know that fun feeling when you want to rip your skin off? I could bring an umbrella with me. I could bring one of those tarps with me. I could ensure that I'm seated in a shadier section that has both shade and sun. Done that many times with my friends before. Or that I've brought something like a paddle board where I can go out into the water and cool off and regulate a bit and then come back out onto the sand. So recognizing that that is a struggle for me sensory-wise, so that I can make plans for it. I don't know about you, but I also fucking hate sand in general. It's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere. And so I would much prefer to be sitting in the grass. I'm also allergic to grass. But I always make sure that I have some sort of like beach blanket available to me, where I attempt to get all the sand off me before I'm sitting on it, so that I don't have sand up in my crack the entire time. But I also recognize that if I'm the first one there, I'm picking the grass spot. I am. I'd rather itch than itch later, you know? No. Itch now to save the itch later. Oftentimes when I think about summer, I also think about like road trips or camping or things that might take multiple days. And I know for myself that when I am away from my home and away from my space, I can struggle with that. So it's important in those moments to have accommodations that I have talked out loud to my friends with, such as saying like, hey brother, we're going camping together and you annoy me so much so frequently that I might need an hour of alone time to hammock and read my book because you're so annoying and no one loves you. Which brother am I talking about? They're both here right now. I think something that I have struggled with in the past, and maybe this isn't neurodivergent specific, is that feeling of FOMO. And that can come because I feel overstimulated or overwhelmed and I want to be able to go do the social thing. I want to be able to go have fun, but it almost feels like my disability is disabling me. Isn't it crazy when it does that? So you could attempt to and try to release your FOMO. or release your inhibitions. Either one, that works too. But attempting to come to terms with the fact that there are going to be times that you're not able to engage in activities that you want to, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Then we can consult our list of activities to do alone or self-care to do by ourselves as well. That is everything for me today. Thank you again, Scrintal, for sponsoring this video. I am so excited to plan out my entire summer. I've got a trip coming up that I'm really excited for, and I do plan to do some like intense planning of it and accommodating myself at the same time. So thank you so much for watching. If nobody has yet told you today, I am so proud of you for putting into the work to yourself, because nobody else is gonna do it for you. So it's pretty fucking cool that you're doing it for yourself.